Kinda simple, kinda wishful.
Real chat, okay? I find it so funny how Let's start that again. I feel so rusty at this because I honestly have not properly vlogged or picked up my camera, I think, this entire year, and it's already the 19th of February. So let's just take a moment to laugh at the fact that I posted a video at the start of the year saying, haha, I'm gonna be posting a video, tried my best to post one video a week, and that did not happen. But hi, I'm Dee. If this is your first time here, this is not the best video to watch, but also I'm gonna leave the timestamp so you can skip to the actual portion of the video where the video starts. But for those of you who are returning subscribers, hi. A lot has happened, a lot has changed. This start of 2024 has been so hard. I've heard so many people being like, yep, 2024 the plot, 2024 just has good energy. And honestly, I started the year thinking this way, and 2 weeks into 2024, my life was like completely turned upside down. So I'm still recovering from that, but I always say this, and I will continue to say this. This is something I'm passionate about, and I want to take this seriously, and I want to do this properly. But man, life has been eating me alive. Okay, so let's start off with a few updates. All right, number one, your girl got her hair dyed. I know you can't see it right now because my hair's a little bit dirty. I did my first model photo shoot ever, which has been something that I've been dreaming about since I was 13. I'm pretty sure that clips are playing as I'm saying this on top of this audio. My word for 2024 is stewardship, and my verse for 2024 is 1 Corinthians 10, where it says, do all things for the glory of God. And I feel like I've been struggling with that. For today's video, we are going to be spending the day together, just getting back into the swing of things. I want to get back into the habit of vlogging, so I'm just going to take you along my day, and I'm going to vlog. I've got laundry stuff to do, I need to tidy up my apartment, and I've got work to do. I've got to figure out and sort out my personal life. So there's a lot of personal life things to do. So let's start by making our to-do
Like
list.
a pistol, you fire. Sometimes you get under my skin like a lover, and sometimes you don't wanna come back cause you'd rather stay out with another. Talking to strangers and make out spontaneously. Now I'm so tired of hearing all your stories about the drunk nights, bragging in the glory. You're such a nice.
As you guys know, I use two different planners. Actually, I use more than two, but this is my work planner with my work to-do list so that all of my work stuff and my personal stuff is separate. I also got the Amanda Rach Lee digital doodle planner for 2024. I've been wanting this since she released doodle planners, but to ship the physical planner to South Africa is way too expensive. So I also just put down my stuff that I wanted to do today, filled out my trackers. That is also something that I have lost touch with. Like, I stopped updating my trackers. I've been bad with my habits, and so I've actually made it a point. I've got the Atomic Habits book, and I'm actually going to start reading that. I'll also share a little bit about what I've been reading recently and what I read and my thoughts and all of that in a little bit. Today, like I said, we're just spending the day together, and I'm building this habit of getting back into content. So if this video seems pointless, I'm so sorry, but support your girl. So my to-do list for work, I am trying to not overwhelm myself, because I've learned that what I love to do is I love to put everything down on my to-do list and then feel bad about myself when I don't tick off everything. So I'm doing it bite-sized pieces. I'm doing a little bit at a time, and once I get this done, then I can do some of my personal stuff, and then I can come back to work. Also, because my apartment, like I've said before, the sun is super, super bright and hot around the afternoon. Sun! See the toy? 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 Go fetch. Because my apartment's super bright in the afternoon, I need to be careful with like my devices and all of that, and so I might move into the room and work there, but you'll stick around and you'll see. Or maybe I would use that time to shoot content and do my personal life stuff. meeting with the ladies and I have time blocked my calendar. It is now 11. I'm gonna work, smash out all of my admin and my to-dos till 12 o'clock. I need to charge my laptop and I need to check load shedding. Oh, the joys of being South African. And then I'm going to make some lunch because your girl's already hungry. I woke up hungry even though I had such a good dinner last night. I'll put a picture of my dinner here. It was ramen with bride beef. Ooh, so good. But anyway, I'm gonna smash out my work and I will see you guys in a little bit.
Now I'm so tired of hearing all your stories about the drunk nights, bragging in the glory. You're such a nice guy when you're not just talking about yourself and the way of how you dwell. I get it. Oh, I'm so tired of hearing all your stories about your rich friends traveling Mercedes. You're such a nice guy when you're not just talking about yourself.
Okay, welcome to the book segment of this video. I just finished up lunch. I'm waiting for my iPad and my laptop to charge so that I can actually work during load shedding because I do have an inverter for my Wi-Fi. So the inverter will be on, so I will have internet, but I need to make sure my laptop is charged. So while my laptop is charging, let's chat about all the books that I have read and want to read this coming time and so far in this year. Okay. So let's start off with what I am currently reading. Currently, I am making my way through Manage Your Money Like a Effing Grow Up. Now, listen, if you're a South African girly and you just want to be better with your money, you want to understand finances in a South African perspective, I highly recommend this book. Firstly, it's by Sam Beck-Bessinger. This book is like a girl's guide to finances. The lingo, the slang, the way she explains it in a South African market, it is worth a read. I actually didn't realize that I already had this book, and so I picked it up again. So I want to restart the book because I made it all the way to chapter 4. Actually, no. Yeah, I made it all the way to chapter 4 and I was doing all of the exercises separately because I thought that if someone wanted to borrow the book, I didn't want them to look at like my financial working outs. But this is something that I'm going to restart, reread, and actually do the calculations in pencil in the book so that I can constantly go back and forth and look at it. It is so good. It talks about investing. It talks about... Sorry, we have painters painting my building, so they're doing their thing. Investing, painting, investing, saving, buying a house, buying a car, what you need to know, what you don't need, interest rates, everything. It's a girl's guide. So I highly recommend this. I got it from Exclusive Books and it was 300 Rand and it's very good so far. I got this book recommendation from one of my favorite YouTubers. Her name's Tara Michelle, but I'll be honest with you guys, this book low-key sent me into a reading slump. Now, if I'm being honest, I don't know if it's the book that sent me into a reading slump or if it was just the time in my life, because I literally read these 3 books within like 3 weeks. And then this, I've been reading since January. I'm on chapter 16, so I'm about halfway through, but basically it's this lady that gets the opportunity to interview her celebrity crush. They have a little fling kind of thing, and then 10 years later she gets to follow up the interview, but it switches from like a then and now situation, as well as has like some of the articles that she's written in there, some of her blog posts. So the book is good. However, I don't know if it was just the current state that I was in mentally and emotionally, but I've been struggling to get through this. However, I am determined to finish it because I only DNF books if it's really, really bad. And now for the books that I've already read in 2023. I started 2023 off with The Fine Print, and oh my soul. Firstly, the book comes with a playlist. So the author has a playlist that you should listen to while reading the book, and it is so good. It's a very grumpy sunshine. He is her boss and he takes over the amusement park, and so he ends up falling in love with her, and it is so good. It's kind of like Disneyland meets Grumpy Sunshine. So if you like amusement parks, if you like boss girls just crushing their goals while still being amazing and joyful, then you should read this book. There's 2 more in the series. I know it follows 3 brothers, and it's the Dreamland Billionaires. The second one, if I'm not mistaken, is called Terms and Conditions, and then I think the last one is The Final Agreement, if I'm not mistaken. But so good. I'm gonna link my book talk down below, because what I like to do is I like to put up pictures that relate to the story of the book without giving the book away. But it's so good. And I'll also have my Goodreads linked down below. I then read Book Lovers by Emily Henry. This was my first Emily Henry book, and at first I was like, okay, she's overhyped for no reason, but I finished the book and then I got it. And I get it. I can safely say I get it. Basically, it is a small town romance, and it is about this author that goes on a trip to a small town, and there is a bookstore. There's a guy that works at the bookstore. I'm trying to tell you the story without giving it away. And it's basically just their love story. It is a clean romance. There's no smut in it. It is one of those wholesome books that would be good to read by the beach. I highly, highly recommend. Emily Henry is so good. I'm actually wanting to pick up Beach Read, and I think she has another book that I'm forgetting now, but I want to pick up Beach Read because I do have a beach trip planned later on in the year, and I want to read that at the beach. A book that I found at a book sale that I don't see I don't see that many people talk about is the 24-Hour Dating Agency. And this is basically a trio of friends who live very different lives, and they sign up to be part of this 24-hour dating agency. There's a lot of plot twists. There's a lot of characters. I went into this book not really knowing what's going on because there isn't anything about it on TikTok or Pinterest. And also I didn't want to spoil it for myself, so I didn't check it on Goodreads. However, what I did enjoy about this book is that you really fall deeply in love with the characters, the 3 main characters. So it follows an older, more mature lady who has kids and she's looking for romance. And then you also follow a gay guy who's also looking for romance, as well as a young writer who is also desperately looking for love. And so they have had no luck on all the dating apps, and so they sign up for this 24-hour dating agency, and it is so good. You can definitely find someone in the book to relate to, and I love how they tie in all the story. Pray that there's a second one, because I would love to know where the story continues. And so no, the author does have other books, but I don't think it's like sequel. But those were the books that I have read so far in 2024. I do buy more books than I read. I actually have a few sitting on there. I'm currently making my way through the Akatar series. I think I finished Akatar and Akamath, and I've got the other ones left. I want to dive into the Sarah J. Maas universe, but Akatar was the first adult fantasy that I've read, and so it was a lot of information, but I want to read through the books and enjoy them for what it is, and then I want to reread them and like go in deep into the universe, because if I'm not mistaken, they're making Akatar into a series, and from what I've heard, Hulu picked up the rights to the series, which I'm sure this is a popular opinion, so I'm not even going to say unpopular opinion. I think Akatar should be done by HBO, because Akatar is like Vampire Diaries meets Game of Thrones meets Hunger Games, and I love it. So I definitely think that HBO should pick it up. But I want to share my current reads and what I have been reading with you guys, and we will keep up. I do want to do a lot more book content because it is something I am very passionate about. So this channel is just going to be my life, sharing how to incorporate Jesus into your business. So be sure to subscribe and let me know what kind of content you would also like to see as part of my behind the scenes life. And I am going to watch a YouTube video to finish off my break, and then I'm going to continue working, and then I have a package delivery in a little bit, as well as grocery shopping to do. I also need to plan out and sort out some of my life stuff, some of my church stuff. So I'm thinking of going to a coffee shop and sitting at the coffee shop and working from there, but I'll keep you updated. It's so hot, and I know that the sun is going to start coming anytime soon. So, well, coming into the apartment sometime soon. So I'll check in with you guys later. My silly self forgot to press the on button for the switch. So this entire time I thought my laptop was charging. It is not. So it is 1 o'clock now and my lights go off at 2 o'clock. So I've decided to tackle, let's excuse that, let's ignore that, but I've decided to tackle my linen cupboard because it's a little bit unorganized. Actually, not a little bit, it's very unorganized. So I'm going to tackle that in the next hour. I'm also doing laundry, so I'm going to put on a YouTube sermon or some YouTube videos, tackle my linen cupboard, and then I'm going to continue working, and then I'm going to take my laptop to the coffee shop with me and finish off work for the day because I feel like an idiot. I go to check my laptop after lunch and I'm like, why is it still dead? I forgot to put the switch on.
I got so much to say, never thought it would end this way. I've had so many thoughts spinning in my head. I wanna right my wrongs, never thought they would do such harm. You got so many reasons spinning in your head. That's why you left. Indispensable pain in your chest. Leave us for the best or you would